What up, everybody? Um, it's been a couple days. I've had a busy couple days, but we're just gonna get right into it. I haven't traded in a little bit since last week. I haven't traded, so we're gonna get into it and kind of scout out what I'm looking at without um, trying to force anything, obviously. So I got this crazy bullish uptrend, right? That's been consecutively, just rising. New highs, excuse me, new highs were created. Um, that price point's around 54,885. This weird consolidation's finally kind of over. And it's interesting because being in it, you don't really realize that it's kind of consolidating. It's kind of doing like a little weird, you know. I got kind of caught up in that messiness, and I'm making efforts to do a better job to not get caught up in stuff like that. So, enough about that. So, like I said, we got this big old uptrend. At some point in time, anticipate a pullback for this. That's just like wider stance views, very bullish on US 30 right now. If I scale into the hour, obviously you're going to see more details. This is where I'm at. I got this 4 hour level right here established. And currently, even though we saw those big, let's pull it up again, these back-to-back bearish candles on the 4 hour, it's really not a threat to me because of a couple things. One, we still did not break this level of support. Two, this big old 4 hour bullish candle is right here. Sorry. In a span of 4 hours, we're shooting up 500 points. Okay, confirmation 2, and then confirmation 3 for me. That gives me confidence in we're going to stay above this level for a little bit longer. Is we have expansion here where I have a zone marked off based off of the 1 hour. I see support there. Okay, and then we also had a recent support respected. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for this area, right? Start, stop, pull back. We're kind of dancing around here, but we haven't even tested this zone. So I can see it doing a couple of things, right? Maybe something like this, right? For that double bottom, break above, and then continue up, or I can see it just doing what it's doing now, consolidating within this area, then just simply break above, hold, and continue up. So I don't really get too caught up in trying to conclude what it's going to do, but this is an area of interest for me right now that I'm looking at. And based off of my 15-minute, we have some consolidation. So as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm still bullish on US 30. There's nothing exactly pointing me to a bearish direction right now. We're holding support. We have multiple touch points on different time frames. It's in the consolidation range right now, so it's, you know, the fight is on between buyers and sellers. We're really trying to figure out who's pretty much large and in charge, man. So, um, that is what we're looking at. This was a really like big push, though. I'm not gonna lie. Let's do 4 hour. Ugh. This was a big push from this bottom level all the way up here. I mean, we're talking almost 3,000 points, you know, for US 30. That's a big deal. And it's a strong push, you know, continuous. It's not, there's no real steep pullbacks along this. You know, there's opportunities that you could have gotten in along the way, obviously for buyers, but there was no like crazy drastic pullback, which gives you insight on how strong momentum is. I just want to throw my fibs on here just to show you guys what I'm looking at with this one. So I definitely have to get my blue light glasses back, because this thing, like, oh man, butchers my eyes, dog. So I can definitely see price looking to come up to this 0% level, right, or where this black line is right here. Oh, I'm gonna do it like this because I think it's cleaner. Where this black line is right here, I can see price coming up to that level of resistance, and I could also see, depending on momentum, price touching these zones, but we have to see, you know, kind of the details that makes up this other half of this leg, you know, because you don't want to get into trying to assume what it's going to do. But first and highest probability of an area would be this top level resistance for sure. That's just obvious. Second would be this area up here, and then third would be this area. So as of right now, I'm not quite seeing any real confirmation for me to play off of, outside of the fact that, hey, we're still with that bullish sentiment. So we're just going to hold it, kind of see how it goes. Oof. Both of these are active level of support and active level of resistance based off of the 4 hour. So, with that being said, like, this is the picture. This is what I'm currently looking at right now. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. Post that in the Discord. So, I mean, we're just keeping it simple here. Not too much craziness happening. This is kind of like a pre-analysis of me jumping back into the market, like for the first time this week, really with like my full attention. Busy week. We had wife's birthday, daughter's birthday, another child on the way, so it's been pretty busy. So yeah, I am going to end this video here, and I'll give an update as to what ends up happening with this particular markup. The goal this week is to get into a full week kind of overview of what happened, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, this is it. Just wanted to jump on here and give you guys a little update of what I was looking at. So until then, peace.